this is one of the marketing pieces that we're starting to put out there for students because coming up in January, we've got two big things. One is that you guys are going to get access to Blackboard and have a year to spend in it until the following January, January 2016, that the Blackboard courses go live. All right. Also in January, we hope to have some version of our new online orientation underway, and that will also go live in January 2016, and that's what the students will be required to take before they can sign up for an online class. It actually doesn't go live January 2016. It goes live 2 semesters before that so that they can take it before January 2016. That's when they're going to be required to have it. And so we're calling that online orientation badge training because there's so many other orientations. So badge training is what students will have to have before they can sign up for an online class. Part of our QEP is this badge training. The other part of it is enhancements to online courses. And this is our focus, that the instructor is present and involved in the teaching and evaluating process. So students always feel comfortable asking questions. It's not a distance course. It is innovative, engaging instruction. All right, so you know, we don't want like robots teaching our online classes. We don't want a developed class to be just distributed to a bunch of different people and there's no need for a master instructor. And so in our online classes, we want you guys to do what y'all really do well as teachers. Be there as that master teacher. And so we've got this staff development site that is going to give you some opportunities to explore some ways of being engaged in your course, give you some practice with different technologies, just different ideas. And this professional development site also has the new self-review forms in it. And so every year you have to submit a self-review form on each of the online and hybrid classes that you teach. And so starting this semester, fall, you'll go into this staff development site, professional development site, to do your course reviews. And I'll show you that in just a minute. And then also in this professional development site is a folder where we want you to share great ideas. Unfortunately, it's not set up so that you can put stuff directly in the folder. You have to send it to us and then we can put it up there. But we're always looking for great things that instructors are doing because we know there are a lot of them out there and hope that you'll share them with other instructors. All right, so I'm going to get you into the site, and like Tammy said, Coursesites is very similar to Blackboard. It's really the free version of Blackboard. And so once you start working in this site on professional development stuff, then you'll have a better idea when you get your paid-for Blackboard site course up, where the features are and how to work some of it. So this is a little introduction into that. So we're going to go to Coursesites.com. When you get your Blackboard courses, you'll be able to choose from a lot of different themes. And this one we've set up to look as much like Angel as Blackboard allows for. So this is one of their themes is the Angel theme. This is the Angel theme in Blackboard. And it has some similar features. I've actually redirected the start page to be the content page because this is one of the features that I'm not really in love with on Blackboard. The Blackboard regular announcements box, where you would go to add announcements, only shows whatever you title the announcement to the student, and they have to click on it to actually read the whole announcement. And so I decided just to put my announcement at the top of the content page and not send everybody to that front page. Because another difference in Blackboard is that instead of having an email box on the front page and a grades box on the front page and these other features, the students go to Tools, and that's where they get to all of their features. So I did add this one announcement to the home page with some crazy text just to show that you can add a custom box to the home page, and you have to use the HTML codes to get the font and the colors to be different, but you can do it if you want to. All right, but on the front page, they can go here to see what's due if you use your calendar that way, what's past due, etc. So content page is just like the lessons page where all of the course content is. And so we have a few folders here. The course review forms, some resources like our handbook for distance ed instructors, and then professional development challenges, where if you're looking for opportunities to do some professional development, you need your 15 hours of Angel professional development, or just need some ideas for your courses. There's 13 challenges in here that will show you, introduce you to new technologies or just ideas for doing some things. And then the shared resources folder that I was talking about earlier, where if you guys have great ideas, if you'll please send them to me so I can put them up here and share them with everybody. So you guys can't see this stuff, right? Okay, good. So when you do 3 challenges or complete 3 self-reviews or do more than the 15 hours of staff development and online related stuff, then you get a badge. And it's going to automatically pop up on your content page up here. And your first one will be active instructor. And then if you do 3 more of the same thing or 3 of something else, then you become a digital pro and get a new badge. 3 more, you get a Cybermaster badge, and 3 more, you get an expert teacher badge. All right, but this is set up to last a really long time. Like, I'm not asking y'all to go do this by the end of the week. I'm asking y'all to, right, so like I'm thinking maybe in maybe 9 months, you could have the three staff development things done.
Is that significant? Yeah, the 503s are doing.
No, that was not. Is that when 503s are due? All right, so around the same time, yeah. But we did have one instructor come on Friday and really wanted that badge now, and she finished today. So,
Who was it?
can't say. I bet you know. She'll give you great ideas. She's excited. All right, but this part is required. This is the self-reviews form. And I want you to go ahead and look through the one that's going to be applicable to what you're teaching next semester, fall semester. We're not going to call for them until after those first rosters are due. So, I don't know, 3rd week in the semester, then we'll send out an email asking for everybody to submit their self-reviews. And so probably sometime before we ask for them, you'll go into the self-review forms folder, and if you're teaching an online class or a hybrid class, you'll download the form from right here, fill it out on your computer, and then this is a Dropbox, just like an Angel, so you'll just attach it to the Dropbox. If you're teaching an online or a hybrid class that uses a third party, such as SAM or My IT Lab. They don't use that anymore. What are some of the others? Keyboarding Pro. So that the majority of your content is in this other program instead of being in Angel. Then you complete this one, and it's set up like a multiple select assessment in Angel. And so you're not downloading a form here, you're just going in and clicking on the answers to the questions. All right, so the online course review has some changes. From our current review. And the hybrid one is similar to this, but the hybrid one only has 2 columns. It's not as intense or doesn't require quite as much. I want to go over a few of the changes on this form. All right, the rest of the site you're welcome to log into anytime and explore whenever you want to, but this is to get you prepared for third week of the semester or so when we ask you to submit your self-review forms. So the way that it's set up on this new form is that you have to get an 80%. And so if you fill it out and you see that you're at 73%, you need to go back and add something to your course and then refill out the form, make sure you get an 80% before you send it to us. All right, so if, for instance, my SLO mapping.
Can you go back? How you get here? You gotta click on the phone.
Right here. All right, so in Gen Ed, we have to map our SLOs on our syllabus. So we have to list every assignment that we're going to give and what competencies or learning outcomes each assignment addresses. And so I might not have mine in Angel yet. I might have it just on my syllabus. And so I would give myself a 70% there. All right. If I have it in Angel mapped to each assignment and I have a unit overview that lets the students know what the learning outcomes for each unit are, then I get 100%. And so all of these, after I complete this column, it's going to average it for me, and my average down there needs to be an 80.
You say a unit overview, you mean like just a page in that module telling them what you're expecting?
Yeah, and I'm going to show you some examples of those. But when we have our assignments mapped in Angel, we can run the report that shows us which assignments address which outcomes, but the students can't see that. And so the admirable column here gives students a way to see why they're doing this assignment, what they're supposed to learn from it, how it aligns with the state requirements. All right, so I don't have to get an 80% on every single item because I've got a 70 here, but I'm going to get an 85 in some places, and I might even get 100 in some places, and so at the end, my average is going to be 80. If I've got any that are at 0, I want to take a look at them before I submit them, see if I can do anything about that. Right. That'll bring the average way down. So that's what I'm saying, long time. Well, this one, you're already doing, I mean.
Pretty much everybody's going to be at that mediocre, upper level anyway, like what you've been doing.
Right.
It gives you an opportunity to go.
Right. Right, so if on your self-reviews you've been, checking everything as included in your courses anyway, then you're meeting the basic column. And I'm sure that some of you, I'm sure that all of you have already had some stuff in the respectable column or the admirable column, and so you're probably not going to have to add anything to get the 80%. It's if you want to get a 90 or 100 just for your own sake because you're a super student, then you can add some stuff. My courses are not yet way up there in the A range.
You got all those on. You're busy.
No, they're not.
Oh.
As you meant, you had a lot of courses.
Right, that's not what I wanted to. All right, so for example, in this course, I have gone through and put in some unit overviews that let the students know which outcomes we're looking at, and I've explained for them in another document what these numbers mean. And I've put how long they should expect to spend on these assignments in this unit and how much of their final grade it's going to count. All right, and this, I've particularly done because I have students that will log in, an hour before it's due to do all their work for the week. And they're not going to be able to finish because by requirements, I have to give them at least 3 hours worth of stuff to do just to meet the hours for the course. So I've let them know how much time on average it'll take a student to complete each and then how much it's going to count. All right, but I haven't done this for all of my assignments in this class, and I haven't done it for my other classes, and so I just gave myself an 85 in this column because I do have my SLOs all mapped in this class in Angel, but I haven't completed all of the overviews yet. All right, so and I'm just going to go through a few of these different categories on this review sheet just to give you some ideas and some examples. I'm not going to go through all of them. But the syllabus, we now have the content is accurate but contains some grammar errors as the 70%. And the writing is clear and accurate is at 85%. And then the content is additionally explained in audio or video format as 100%. That's one of the things that we're going to be working towards with the QEP to get everybody and given incentives to include these video explanations of the syllabus or a welcome video of some sort in their courses. That's one of the course enhancements that the QEP is focusing on. And so I don't know when. When do we start the staff development stuff for QEP?
Probably January, wasn't it? Because we're starting everything on that, I think, spring.
Okay, so sometime spring, summer, or something, we'll have some sessions, again, with some incentive to show you how to do these videos, and we'll give you some support to do those. But let's see where. All right, so on my announcements page, I had a thing telling them to come here and watch this first. Here, I explain some of the procedures for the course, some of my focuses, because every English teacher approaches things a little bit differently, and the students don't really know if all of their assignments are just black and white on paper. They're not getting the instructor's take on it. And so here I sort of explain the way I do things, what I look for, what type of quality I'm looking for in their assignments, etc. And you can see it was just 32 seconds, and I think I did it with my phone, and so it didn't take that long. Except for I had to, I would say and like too much, and I would quit and do it over and do it over. So it did take me a little bit longer than 32 seconds. All right, and then that covers the welcome announcement too. For the syllabus and the welcome announcement, I sort of covered them in this same piece that I also at the beginning of that video, before I started explaining stuff on the syllabus, said, hi, welcome. So,
You have a nice thumb.
you like that?
That's nice thumb.
I thought about editing that, but then I was kind of like, oh, go. For the course calendar, so the basic, 70% says due dates, including proctored events, are clear. All right, sometimes when we go to review people's courses, we can't tell when things are due. And we know that the instructor has communicated somehow to the student when things are due, because we're not getting complaints from students. But we want it to be clear so that anybody reviewing the class, or say a student did complain to a dean or something and the dean needed to go into the class, said that it would be really obvious to that dean, to anybody who looked at the class, when things are due. So due dates are very obvious. The respectable column is that weekly reminders are posted. Right? They can be announcements, they can be new items on the calendar, they can be within the content, something highlighted to alert students to something that's coming up. And then the admirable is additionally emailing students or using remind.com, which is a texting site. Students sign up for it, and they just put in a username that you can see. You can't see their phone number. They can't see your phone number. They can't respond to these texts. But you type a text in this website, and it sends it out to their cell phones. And they sign up for it if they want to get these text reminders. So something additional to remind students of upcoming work. The next category is instructor presence. And the basic column says that lectures are created by the instructor. Instructor's involvement in the course is evident every week. All right, so that is one place that the basic might be a step up from some things that we have been traditionally doing. But this is really important for the students to know that we are there as instructors and that we are teaching them. All right, we're not having them just go read the book and take a test, read the book and take a test, learn from the book. All right, because then we're not needed. But we're the experts in what we're doing. We're the expert teachers, not the publishers. They're not the expert teachers. We are. And so we need to do some teaching in the course. One way to do lectures is to create study guides. All right? Yes, read the book. This is what I want you to get out of it. This is what I'm going to focus on the test. All right? This is what I need you to learn. And so create study guides. I know some instructors like to create visual type lectures, PowerPoints, or picture explanations. And so there are a lot of different ways other than just typing out a lecture. And you don't want to video yourself giving a whole lecture, because a student taking an online course usually isn't going to have the attention span or desire to sit there for the hour watching you talking in a video. So 10-minute clips of video lecture to explain the difficult points in the book is good. But just make sure that the online students are getting the same teaching from you, maybe in a different format, but the same level of teaching from you that your on-campus students are getting. Course organization has a new component to it. All right, so we've always said that content needs to be organized in an easy to understand, easy to follow method. And so we've still got that as the basic column here. But we were talking about the overviews earlier. We've added that for the respectable organization. So that, let's see. That guy is there because somebody asked me how to add a picture, so I'll show you all how to add pictures like that if you want. All right, so for this course, and these are things that I'm working on because I'm doing one of the pilot courses for the QEP. And so I've been, for the last couple of semesters, testing out different types of organization in my courses. One that I thought was going to be great, I just loved it. It was all football themed, and every week or every unit, the acronym BLITZ stood for all their assignments, you know, and it just didn't work. So I tried this organization with a course this semester, and it's worked well. So I have each unit, you know, laid out in this chronological procession. So they go to 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4. All right, and unit 1, when they click on it, it gives them the overview for the unit and then links to the discussion that's due that unit, the essay that's due that unit, the quiz that's due that unit. And so they can also go to these folders to get to them, but they don't have to. They can just go to unit 1 and click on the link to go to each assignment. And that's been working out well. And so in my little overview up here, I have how much this is due, how much this counts in their average, and I have how much time I expect each assignment within this unit to take, and I have the learning outcomes there. All right, so one more thing that we've added is in the critical thinking row. We all have assignments that require critical thinking. All right, we all have, they have to read something, they have to think about it, they have to respond to it in some way. And so having discussions about those reading assignments or topics that you give them that require critical thinking meets the basic criteria. That's what we've always had in terms of student-student interaction. But for the admirable column here, it says the course meets requirements for the respectable column, plus interactive technology is used to allow students to develop and demonstrate critical thinking skills. All right, and I'm not really sure how to do this. I'm looking for ideas here. And so if any of you guys use technology in other ways, I know that students can collaborate on a Prezi, from their different houses at the same time and create a project in that way. I haven't assigned anything like that yet, and I'm not sure exactly how to go about it. But interactive assignments that students can demonstrate a critical thinking and can work together are ideas that I still need. So if you guys have great ideas on those, please send them to me. And I bet other people are looking for them too. That would be a great thing to share. All right, and we're sort of out of time here. So you guys have questions on how to do the self-review format or anything? Yes.
It may sound a little crazy, but when it's time to do the self-review, are we going to have to log on to this site?
Yes.
Or is this going to be attached to it?
You have to log on to the site.
All right, so I need to-
Yeah.
Go to www.coursesite.com.
Yeah, Coursesites.com, and I'll send that address out again. After everybody comes to one of these, then I'm going to send out, the wording that you can use in your staff development form for the 503 and the reminder about what the address is. And I can see your usernames, but I think the password I can't see, so you have to do that I forgot my password thing if you forget your password.